Breaking: Trump advisor Bailey confirms U.S. will vote tonight on bill to remove Bitcoin capital gains. I saw this headline last night and I was going to cover it and I was like, you know what? I've seen these capital gains headlines way too often. And even this one is a little hypey. And I was like, I'm not going to do a video. I'm not going to cover this. And this is the post that it's kind of basing it off of. Amendments to the big, beautiful bill being voted on tonight or Monday. Bitcoin and crypto tax amendment will be amongst them. Now, I have new information that just came out from Eleanor over here on X that I want to go over in relation to this. So this is way more relevant information and incredibly bullish information that I want to just discuss in this video. So hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. If you're not in our intelligence system, check out the pinned comment below. We have 40% off going on right now in our system with our exit planners, our risk models. Let's dive into this. And I want to set the tone before we even discuss this new information that's coming out in regards to, crypto amendment in this big, beautiful bill. I wanted to just discuss some crypto related news. This is a cascading effect, what is happening right now. And this plays heavily into altcoins. I want to look at an Ethereum chart in just a moment to discuss altcoins. But this is wild. We now have a president who is actively calling for interest rates to be cut as low as 1%. He's actively stating that he will be replacing Fed Chair Powell with someone who will immediately cut rates. Meanwhile, stocks are at all-time highs. Real estate prices all-time highs. U.S. debt is at all-time highs. Crypto is at all-time highs. I should say Bitcoin is at all-time highs. Obviously, altcoins are not. If the new Fed chair actually cuts rates to 1%, we're going to witness perhaps one of the biggest runs of all time in stocks and real estate, and I should say in crypto. So how likely is this? It's becoming very likely, everybody. And this is after years of quantitative tightening. We've been waiting for just that business cycle to start shifting and the money printers to start coming on. And this is a very big reason why we've had this lag in terms of altcoins moving. And much of the industry has been thrown off by this lag, this delay in terms of all of these things happening. But Treasury Secretary Bessent says they're working to select Fed Chair Jerome Powell's replacement in the coming weeks. Treasury Bessent says tariffs aren't hiking prices, and they're already working on Powell's successor. Could land in weeks or months. And then, speaking of Bessent, to just add on to this, Bessent says crypto stablecoin legislation could be finalized by mid-July. Mid-July, everybody. That's actually like just a couple of weeks away. So we're going to get into this crypto tax amendment, but just keep in mind what is happening with all of these narratives coming together. And they're not just narratives. This is just reality from a macroeconomic perspective. The stablecoin legislation, stablecoin liquidity, getting ready to enter crypto. We have headlines like this. We're tearing down the walls of Wall Street. X stocks are launching today on Kraken, shifting the power from institutions to individuals. And here's Kraken over here. Wall Street is officially on chain. 60 U.S. equities tokenized and tradable. 24/5. More coming soon. There is a massive shift going from traditional finance to crypto. We have massive trillions of dollars of liquidity getting ready to flow into crypto. We have a business cycle that's getting ready to shift. And then we have headlines like this. And this is a short-term headline because the big, beautiful bill is very much in play on the short term in terms of being voted on. So yes, quite quick clickbaity last night. I didn't do a video last night, but Eleanor over here just tweeted or posted a little bit ago. I mean, we're talking like 22 minutes ago. Amendments to the big, beautiful bill regarding crypto taxes are still on the table today, despite some last-minute disagreements on Sunday. I'm hearing the White House has gotten wind of this and is pushing for inclusion of Senator Loomis' language of the final bill. So just to give you some context, I think the two big things that I've seen in relation to crypto, and it's not no capital gains tax on crypto. It would be phenomenal if that dropped, if that happened. But it's really been two things. On crypto transactions, under $600 or less. And then the other thing I saw was staking. So no double tax on staking. I believe, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe that might be part of it as well. You know, you think of staking rewards. Say you get $100 in staking rewards, and then you're just holding, you pay the income tax on those staking rewards, and then that crypto doubles in a year or 2 years, and then you're selling the crypto and you're getting taxed again. I think that's in play of not happening anymore. Let's evaluate and see. But I think that is absolutely massive. The $600 is big, right? I know everybody wants no capital gains on crypto, but these two things alone are a step in the right direction. We can absolutely say that. And when it comes to tax reform as a whole, I think there's a lot more in play from this administration that we just might have to be patient for. So let's start pivoting. Let's talk about Ethereum charts, but just I wanted to acknowledge this. SEC acknowledges amendment to convert Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund into ETF covering BTC, ETH, XRP, Solana, and ADA. So let's go to the Ethereum charts real quick before I do. Massive shout out to today's sponsor, itrustcapital. I've been talking about them a lot because, and again, if you're a macro investor, what they're doing right now is allowing you and me to make these macro-sized trades within our crypto IRA tax-free. There are a lot of advantages in terms of using a product like itrustcapital. And if you're an altcoin holder, if you're a Bitcoin holder, if you're making any types of moves, even to USD, and you're a macro investor, being able to do this tax-free in an account like this is incredible. And the usability of their platform is incredibly simple. I just did a reallocation like a week or two ago. I covered it on this YouTube channel. I got some SUI in my crypto IRA, and it was incredibly easy. I mean, I was like in and out. So if you're not in here, get an account set up. Click the link below. It takes minutes to set it up. And itrustcapital making moves. 13 billion in transactions. 200,000 plus accounts. Let's go look at Ethereum chart. So I just laid the groundwork. And that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to lay the groundwork for everything that is going on in crypto right now. All to come to this picture of suppression. A picture of compression. And it is a picture of just absolute bullishness, in my view, after everything that we just discussed in what, like five minutes leading up to this moment. The crypto bull run for altcoins has not happened yet. And I really am enjoying this Ethereum chart. I know I'm repetitive. I know right now as I'm doing this video, it's repetitive. But let's be mindful of what's happening right now, because even though it is repetitive, this is a weekly. If you go to a daily chart, just look at this. Let me zoom in. Look at the daily moving averages on Ethereum right now. They are getting squeezed together like no other. I mean, right now, even we can look at short-term confirmation areas on Ethereum. And I wanted to do this because when we're looking at altcoin markets as a whole, we might get bearish confirmation as well, by the way, but we're waiting just for some type of move. It's kind of been very stagnant and sideways all the way from back here in May. And this was like towards the beginning to mid-May. So this is quite some time on the daily chart. Volatility to the upside, volatility to the downside. We're waiting for a breakout either way. But check out this resistance right between the 50 and 200 and the 20 in green. Which way is Ethereum going to break is something I'm watching on the short term. But really, as a whole, on the zoomed out weekly, it's kind of like this. Are we going to get, as it relates to all of these headlines we're talking about, a need for more patience to go into this higher low environment before the breakout? Or is the breakout going to be happening sooner, maybe going into July because of maybe even what Besant's talking about, clarity, right, with stablecoins in mid-July? Are we going to start getting a breakout of altcoins? This is something that this is something I'm watching, but I think it's probably one of the most powerful charts to watch in terms of an altcoin breakout. It's Ethereum. And it makes sense. It's number 2 behind Bitcoin. So that's what I'll be watching as we go into this new week. A lot going on, obviously, in this new week. But those are my thoughts today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate you cruising through. Hit the subscribe, hit the like if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.